Duncan Hunter is a Marine combat veteran and a member of the Armed Services Committee. Representative Hunter, good to see you. And so now what we are hearing is that White House aides, a few of them, came out and said they didn't know that these guys were going to swift boat Bergdahl, which is a reference to the men who served with John Kerry in the Vietnam War, who came out when he was running for president and raised questions about his service. And now they're suggesting that these guys today have some impure motive or some untrue allegations to make. This is White House aides. Your thoughts?
Yeah, these are pathetic allegations put out there to hide a totally botched foreign policy move. This is juvenile foreign policy again, and they're taking it out on the people that they should be respecting the most, frankly. I mean, the reason that this happened in the first place, Megan, is because the Defense Department was cut out of this whole thing. They were totally cut out, and you see that over and over with this administration. They don't have any respect for the military, and they handed it over to the Secretary of State instead, and the State Department thoroughly botched this. They didn't get enough out of it. They gave up some really bad guys, but it's pretty apt that they're saying this because as John Kerry threw his medals over the White House fence and turned his back on all of his Vietnam brothers and sisters, that's what Bergdahl did. Bergdahl walked away from his men, and he left them in a bad spot. People lost their lives and got hurt trying to find him. But the one real commitment that you have as a military person, especially when you're fighting and it's dirty and you're tired and you're hungry, it's not always to your flag, it's not always for your country, it's for the man or the woman standing next to you. Mm-hmm. And he betrayed that, and that is the most sacred trust that you have in the military, whether it's the Marine Corps, the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force. It's that trust that you have with the person next to you. That's what he betrayed, and his squad mates and his platoon mates have every single right to come out and tell the American people what kind of young man Bergdahl was, because they're not very impressed by him. That's the thing, Representative Hunter, because he just left them there.
They slapped a gag order on these guys. They made these guys who are used to obeying orders and will, of course, go along and do what they're told, sign non-disclosure agreements not to talk about this case. And now, then they see the president go out into the Rose Garden with his father, and they hear Susan Rice say he served with honor, and they don't get to rebut that. They don't get to come out and say, au contraire, I disagree. And when they try to, White House aides accuse them of swift boating Bergdahl. This on top of a State Department spokesman yesterday, Representative Hunter, who basically accused them of lying. Just to refresh our viewers, here is Marie Harf with our own Lucas Tomlinson from Fox News.
Does the State Department consider Sergeant Bergdahl to be a deserter?
The State Department, no, Lucas. Look, what we've said is we are going to learn the facts about what happened here.
According to those around him, his platoon mates, his squad mates, company mates, they said he walked off
some
the
of
base.
them, there are conflicting reports out there about this.
The guys on national television last night, his squad mates, platoon mates were not correct.
I'm saying we don't know the fact pattern yet here. We don't. Nobody knows exactly what happened that night.
Well, I think that his squad mates have the best indication what happened that night.
I don't think that's the case.
Really, Marie? Today she described herself as inartful there.
It's ridiculous. And the fact that the State Department's doing this and the CIA didn't do an intelligence analysis, and that the Defense Department and our special forces were totally cut out of this. I mean, why are they even asking the State Department questions? Why was this put in their hands in the first place? It's pathetic what they're trying to do now to cover up an extremely juvenile foreign policy move again.
Wow. It's been a rough week. The VA scandal and the treatment of veterans there, and now to go after these guys. By the way, six of Bo Bergdahl's platoon members will be on this show exclusively tomorrow night. Representative Hunter, thanks for being here.
Thank you.